Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the media and distinguished guests, welcome to this press conference held in anticipation of the upcoming Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, which, as you heard, will be starting on Monday the 28th and ending on Saturday the 2nd of September. The significance of this event is a platform to celebrate the achievements of our national agricultural sector and discuss the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead is well recognized. The Zimbabwe Agricultural Show is a key event in our national agricultural calendar, showcasing remarkable talents, innovations, and resilience of our farmers, agribusinesses, and agricultural stakeholders. It serves as a statement to the vital role that agriculture plays in our economy and the livelihoods of the Zimbabwean people. The preparations for this year's edition, the 113th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, are exciting as they are heightened this year because of an improved improved economic enthusiasm buttressed on a most successful agricultural season, which has seen Zimbabwe ascend to the platform of full sufficiency and increased agricultural production. On the ground, elevated activities and spirited efforts by the stakeholders of various sectors of the economy are evidently pointing towards a very successful agricultural show this year. As we heard, this year's show is running under the theme Sustained Growth, Adaptation, Productivity, Linkages. The society is expecting over 250,000 visitors to come to the show, and the plan is to grow this to a figure of around 350,000 over the next 3 or 4 years, and with potential visitors coming from several generations that visit the show annually. In addition, the business hub, or the showgrounds, receives over 1.8 million visitors a year, making it one of the busiest business hubs in the country. In terms of exhibitors, we have a total space of 77,000 square meters, and of that space, so far, 53,300 square meters has been taken up by 410 exhibitors. Last year, at the same time, the space uptake was 57,100, and it had been taken up by 427 exhibitors. But this year, what we're seeing is a lot of the exhibitors are now taking bigger stands. But we know all the space will be taken up by Monday. So if there are any people who still want stands, please approach our offices as quickly as possible. To date, 7 exhibitors from outside the country have registered and paid for their interest to exhibit at the show, and these include delegations from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the European Union, China, South Africa, and Malawi. An array of business interfaces have been lined up to provide executives, captains of industry, government officials an opportunity to meet, network, discuss, distill, and synthesize important national value chain issues from seed to food. And just to say, for example, on the Monday, there will be a diplomat business network, which is a climate smart agriculture breakfast interface. On the Tuesday, there will be a Zimtrade ZAS breakfast interface, mainly to cater for the delegations coming from the DRC so that they can get an appreciation of our value chain players, agricultural value chain players, and how they can benefit from their knowledge and expertise. On the Wednesday, there will be the usual annual National Agri-Business Conference, which will be discussing, of course, looking at the outcome of the 22-23 agricultural season and planning for the 23-24 agricultural season. Again, on Wednesday in the evening, there will be a Leverage Economic Agriculture meeting to discuss or to share where Delegates will share experiences in how to deal with climate change from different parts of the world and how that can be adapted and used in our situation. And then on the Thursday, the 31st, there will be a mining and agriculture interface where the various players and policymakers from the two sectors will sit down and discuss issues to do with their interface. And of course, on the 1st will be the official opening, which has been mentioned by the Deputy President. The national opening is obviously a national event, and as he rightly pointed out, an appropriate guest of honor will be appointed for the day, and the announcements will be made in due course as to the details of who will be officiating. The show itself is run by 5 sections. The first one is the agricultural produce section. This section draws winners from provincial. In fact, the winners start from the ward level, the district shows, provincial shows, and then they culminate by entering the national competition here. So from each province, we'll be drawing, I think, 30 winners, Mr. Miriam, is that correct?
Yes.
30 winners from each province. So we'll be hosting over 300 farmers or 300 agri-produce exhibitors during that week. We also have a livestock section, which had been rather subdued over the last 3 or 4 years because of issues to do with foot and mouth disease and January disease outbreaks. But we've been in dialogue with the responsible authorities, the Ministry of Agriculture, and they facilitated the participation or the exhibition of livestock this year. So we'll be looking at increased exhibitions of all sorts of animals, starting from livestock, beef and dairy cattle, pigs, sheep and goats, and chickens, and to some extent fish as well. We also have a tobacco section, and again, like the agri-produce section, the winners are drawn starting from the ward level, the district, all the way up to the province, and then eventually the national show. And the same applies to the cotton section. And finally, we have another section called the home industries section. This is very important, as we all know. This is where our entrepreneurs come from. And there's increased support from the industry, which is very good, and also increased support from exhibitors. And the competition will be fairly stiff there. In terms of general entertainment, there will be a brands parade on the first day of the show, starting in the 4th Street bus terminus and ending in the Glamis Arena. This will be open to all exhibitors and sponsors who want to be seen to be participating in this year's edition of the show. And then in partnership with a sponsor of the Mwana Group, the ZAS, or the society, has organized a schools rugby tournament with matches being held throughout the week, virtually throughout the week, culminating with the final being played on the Friday. There will be 12 participating teams, and I think these will be all the major rugby playing school teams that we've heard about, and also some developmental teams as well. The arena events include a program for musicians, and there'll be fireworks on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. There'll be the usual parachute dives, mass displays, horse riding, and as I said, a school rugby tournament, and many other exciting displays to keep the crowds entertained. An array of musicians headlined by the popular Jah Praiser has been assembled to provide entertainment in the Glamis Arena. And then in terms of exhibitors and visitors' convenience, motor vehicle movement during or within the business hub during the show will be extremely restricted. But however, there will be very secure parking outside the showgrounds, which will be made available to those who wish to use it. Great emphasis has been put on safety and security of both the exhibitors and visitors, to the extent that more modern closed-circuit TV cameras have been installed, in addition to the use of our drones to ensure that the crowds are kept safe and secure. We've also installed a new gate turnstiles and ticketing systems to ensure improved convenience for showgoers and exhibitors as well. And then we will be having an interactive mobile application that people can use from their phones if they want to go to places, they can just enter details and then they'll be given directions to go to particular stands.